I'm told I have more breaking news, and so I go back to Adam Schefter. Schefter, what do we have?
Well, Greeny, we got a lot of breaking news. There's a lot of things going on across the league. We knew it would be a busy morning, but it's a bit busier than people expected. The big surprise of the morning is in Miami, where the Miami Dolphins have fired their head coach, Brian Flores.
Wow.
Parted ways with him, let go of him. A little bit of a surprise coming off a big win over the New England Patriots. It's interesting because if we go back to the beginning of the season, there was some scuttlebutt that maybe Brian Flores could be on the hot seat. That talk quieted down, but the Dolphins made the decision this morning to move on from Brian Flores, so they are in the market for a new head coach. And we have more news coming in as we speak. The Chicago Bears have just fired their general manager, Ryan Pace, to go along with Matt Nagy. So Matt Nagy's out as the head coach. Ryan Pace is out. In the NFC North, the Bears have swept out their head coach and GM, and you can see it's already a very busy morning in the National Football League, Greeny.
Yeah, absolutely. Schefter with us earlier telling us that Rick Spielman, the general manager, and Mike Zimmer, the coach in Minnesota, have also been fired. The Brian Flores, it comes as an enormous surprise, yeah. Schefter. The reaction here on my set when you said it was remarkable. Is there any more you can tell us or any direction that we should be looking there in Miami?
Well, listen, they have made some changes there over time. They have not been happy. There's been talk about the quarterback. They've had all these picks. Again, it's a situation where Brian Flores had a very strong coaching style. Some people embraced it, and obviously some people did not. And they did not feel comfortable with the direction of that franchise. It's a situation where they decided to move on from him, Brian Flores. And again, here's somebody that handled himself very well. They've been in the market for a quarterback in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. That didn't happen for them. And so they rode with Tua. It just seemed like things were always a little bit sideways in Miami for whatever reason. And I think, again, not everybody embraced the coaching style of Brian Flores. Popular some, not as popular with others. They made the decision this morning that they have to move on from him, which I think, again, in every head coaching cycle, there is one big surprise, sometimes multiple surprises. We've gotten one surprise already. There could be more. As we speak, Brian Flores would qualify as the big surprise. And we see another coach from the Bill Belichick tree go out elsewhere, struggle to make it on his own, and the Miami Dolphins make the decision to move on from him. Again, I think it is a surprise. I think considering his record, considering the way he handled himself, what he was about, I think it is a surprise that Brian Flores officially was fired as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Everybody here stunned. All right, Schefter, really well done as always. Thank you. Stay close. Let me bring it to the table here, and I'm going to get RG3 in this in a minute as well because I heard he had a strong reaction to it. And there he is, Robert Griffin III. We will preview the college football championship game with him in a minute. But let's react to this. Brian Flores out in Miami.
It's actually confusing. Like a lot of times when you hear these coaches being fired, you're usually anticipating it. I didn't anticipate Brian Flores being fired, a guy who made a remarkable turnaround in this season. We saw progression in Tua Tagovailoa as a quarterback, and he continued to coach defense well that turned the football over and pressured the quarterback. I'm not necessarily sure what the Miami Dolphins think they'll be moving towards without Brian Flores, but I believe this is a mistake to get rid of this head coach.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm stunned by it. I mean, they won, what, 8 out of the last 8 or 9 games or something like that?
They won on a 7-game winning streak.
And to me, this is crazy. Like, here's the only thing. Are they punishing Brian Flores for not drafting Justin Herbert? Was that his decision?
Right.
Like, they took Tua? I have there's no other reason. I can't really come up with it. We don't know the inside of it, but I'm surprised by this.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake.
Yes, I agree.
Here's my struggle with it, because the NFL is a results-driven league. We all know this. Oftentimes, coaches who are good men get fired, and we go, you just didn't get it done.
Yeah.
He's got back-to-back winning seasons.
Yeah.
He's beaten New England twice this year. 10-6 and 9-8 the last 2 years. And for me, it feels eerily similar to what happened to Jim Caldwell in Detroit.
Yeah.
We're like, it was good, but the expectations were to be better. And you fire a coach that is a really good coach, and you're going to regret it in the long run. I think that's what's going to happen.
That's a great comparison.
It feels that way,
That's a great comparison.
I will just throw this out there. This is pure speculation. I'm not reporting anything. I want to make that clear. That there have been flirtations in the past between the owner of that team, Stephen Ross, and Jim Harbaugh. Right. Stephen Ross is a Michigan guy. He's from Detroit. He went to Michigan. There was a time when he wanted to hire Jim Harbaugh Harbaugh there, and it didn't go that way. We have speculated about the possibility of Harbaugh jumping back into the NFL. That feels like something that could be out there. Again, I want to make it clear that is pure speculation on my part and nothing more. Meanwhile, Robert Griffin III jumps in with us here. Thank you for getting up, my friend. RG3, what is your reaction to this? Again, the news, Miami firing Brian Flores.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm appalled at this result. I agree with Dan. It reminds me of Jim Caldwell. And the question you have to ask is, what are you looking up from here? Right? When Jim Caldwell was fired, everybody's saying, they've got these, winning seasons, 9-7, 9-7. What are they looking forward to going from this point forward with Brian Flores' as replacement? This is a guy that they went on that 7-game winning streak this year, and a lot of people had him in their Coach of the Year candidate. So what are they expecting? Brian Flores is one of the guys that we all thought had taken that Patriot way and adapted it so that he could be his own environment there in Miami. So when you hear the news that he got fired, you are completely shocked. I don't know, maybe they'll hire Ryan Clark and Dan Orlovsky. They got a lot of other guys fired this year, so maybe those guys can go coach the Miami Dolphins.
They have a hell of a press conference. They do that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.